you guys. It's donut night. What is it? It's Saturday. So I promised that I would come and show you how to make donuts. I bought these little whatnots. Ryan got them for me for bagels, when really they're technically a little bit too small for bagels. So I made a batch earlier before because they take about 20 minutes. So I wanted to show you. I'm gonna make another batch and show you how to do it. And then I have the glaze working right here, and we're gonna glaze them, all right? So how's everybody? Tell me where you're coming from. So we did an event today, a keto event in Spokane, Washington. So I wanna start asking you guys where you're from, so then when we have another event, I can invite you. So it was super fun. It was this afternoon, and we had a bunch of people there, and we learned all about keto and all ketosis and all this wonderful stuff. So so tell me if you're from Washington, Idaho, whatever state you're from, all right? And tell me, are you keto, low carb, just watching because you want to know how to cook? This is a super easy recipe. You're gonna love it. And it's good. So that's always a plus, right? If you're not already sharing, please share this out. Keto groups, your own page, whatever avenue. If you know someone who's doing keto, that would be a perfect place to share it. That way we can kind of get it out there and teach people how easy and delicious it can be. And you don't have to go through the Krispy Kreme drive-through, okay? All right, so the glaze is starting to melt, and you're supposed to stir it 100%, so I really should be doing that, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So I'm going to turn it down, and then we'll go back to it in a minute. All right, so super easy. You just mix everything into a bowl, and then we're going to put it into these this donut holder. All right, so coconut flour is the first thing. This is the one that I like. And it's only, so this makes, it says it made 4, and I actually think we could almost get 5, because I think in my first 2 tablespoons, in my first batch, they were too thick. And I'm gonna take that off the heat there. So making them too thick, I don't have one here, it's over at the table, but it was really thick, which made it not, it was too dense, if you understand that. It just wasn't, it just tasted too much. So I think thinning them out is going to make them more legit for a real donut, okay? And when I say real donut, you know what I mean. All right, so almond flour is next. I buy this one at Costco, and it's very reasonably priced, and it's 6 tablespoons of that. And I kind of try, because I don't know if you've noticed when you cook with almond flour and coconut flour, 5. It kind of balls up, and I'll show you an example, like that. See how that? So make sure you break all that up before you throw it into your bowl, because that'll change the dynamic of what's in your bowl, right? All right, xanthan gum, which just kind of makes it all stick together. It is optional. It says here in the directions, but if it calls for it, I usually do it, because there's a reason it calls for it. It's gonna make it, again, more legit, if you will. So this is just 1 teaspoon of it. So it's not a lot. I try to have this on hand, but honestly, I very rarely use it. But it's a nice thing to have, because then when you need it, it's just in your back room, right? Like mine. So 1 teaspoon of that. And then we have baking powder. And you guys, when you're buying stuff like this, make sure you check the backs and make sure that it is no sugar added, you know, all of that. They try to hide that stuff in everything, right? So how is everybody? What are you guys doing on this Saturday night? Please tell me you're going and doing something fun, maybe a date, I don't know. Let me live through you, please. We're not doing anything. We're on a strict budget because we're moving to Nashville. And so I am on a budget because of that. So sweetener is next, and I like monk fruit. And it's 2 tablespoons of sweetener. So these little things are getting their workout today. I used to have plastic ones that all broke. These are much nicer. I'm almost out of that. All right, so we put in coconut flour, almond flour, the gum, the baking powder, the monk fruit. Now it calls for 2 tablespoons of coconut oil melted. When are you moving? I'm not moving until April of 21, but I want to be prepared. It's not cheap to move, you guys. It's very expensive. The pod and the first and last and the drive, all of that. I want to get you the picture of, this was in the garbage because I used it all, but that's the coconut oil I like. And honestly, this has lasted me for a long time. And so this is, again, Costco. And of course, you want to read the direction or the ingredients on all of it. Just make sure it's 100% and you're good to go. All right, now 2 eggs. I like organic. That's the only thing that we have in this house. We buy from a couple local ladies. And if not, you can go to like I don't know, what's that, Trader Joe's. Safeway even has them now. Just a little bit nicer, you know. So you will love having you in Nashville. Aw, I know we're gonna have to get together, huh? I'm gonna love it, you're right. I love it already and I don't even live there. I can hardly wait. All right, so now you're just gonna whisk this all together. It's looking like that. It's gonna get real thick the longer you whisk. I don't have a whisk because ours got broken. And we're on a budget, so we can't buy one. Just kidding. So we are using a fork. All right. I'm telling you guys, this is so stinking easy. All right, now I'm going to use my towel like I always do. Whoa, look what I did, you guys. I put that right on the burner that's on low. I could have started a fire. All right, now I'm gonna put it into a plastic bag because I don't own a piping bag. So I'm gonna put it in here and then we're going to just put a hole in it and put it into this. So these silicone trays, you don't have to grease them. They really are nice. I wanna buy one for muffins too, because there's a lot of stuff you can do with muffins for keto or low carb. But my muffins always stick and it makes me mad. So I'm gonna try to find one of these for a muffin, and I wanna buy a bigger one for the bagels. So Ryan does all that shopping for me. He's so good at that. When are you leaving? Yes, but they can come visit. They're so busy with sports and girls, and they don't have time for Aunt Wendy anymore. So I'm just gonna have it whenever they wanna come visit, I'll buy them a ticket and they can come, you know? It's not very expensive to fly from here to Nashville. There's even some, I don't know if there's any nonstop. So, okay. So we got the dough, see? And here's our tray. So I'm gonna put it in, can you guys see that? Let me just, sorry, I didn't mean to jack you around there. I'm gonna put it in a little bit thinner this time. One of my friends made this today already and she sent me pictures and I'm like, hey, you're doing it before I am. But she said they came out really good. But, like, I always make one before I go live because I want to know that it's foolproof. The only thing I didn't do was the glaze. So I don't think I can get another one out of this, so I'm just gonna top these ones off. So this one made 4 exactly, like that recipe says. Imagine that. Now, if you just wet your fingers a little bit, I just got a little water right here, and you can press that down real nice, and it'll keep it from sticking to you. Just kind of push them down, make them fit right in those. Yeah, these are perfect size. My last ones were, I filled these trays up, and I only got 3, and they were huge. Okay, see? Easy peasy. Now, I'm gonna move this. And they take about 20 minutes. Now, really, I probably cook them for about 23 minutes altogether. So I'm gonna throw those in the oven. We got some pork chops in here cooking for dinner. Set a timer for 20. I'm gonna just move you closer. Do you love how I've been moving you around all night? Now, let me show you. So in here is the glaze. I don't know if you can see that, but let me tell you what's in the glaze. It is monk fruit or some kind of sweetener. I like monk fruit, that's my favorite. And 2 tablespoons of water, and then some more coconut oil. And you're just going to put that on a medium heat, and you're gonna whisk it. So I turned it on before because I didn't want you guys waiting for it to all melt and get just right. So ideally what's gonna happen is this is gonna thicken up just a tiny little bit, melt, get warm, thicken up. You're going to glaze it on both sides, so we're gonna just drop these right in there. And then you're gonna let it set and kind of get crispy like Krispy Kreme, right? So, but I'm gonna show you how the donut looks. Doesn't that look good? And this one, not so good. So this is what I was talking about. This one was the bigger one, and then this one was the perfect size. And then this side is the side where you touch it, so it's not as pretty. But look at how perfect that is. Hi. So I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna just dip it in this glaze. Now, that's good. That's really good. But what I will say, when you're watching this, if you don't like coconut, don't make this, because you taste the coconut. And I love coconut, so it's perfect for me. But if you're not a coconut fan, this is not the recipe for you. It's delicious though. So we're letting that kind of get to a little bit of a boil. Can you guys see that a little bit? And then we're just gonna dunk these in there. And then let me grab a plate. And then I think just flip them over. Yeah, that's good. And so your donut needs to be cooled before you do this. And then your glaze is all melted and kind of boiling a little bit. And then that's it. Now, I will put a picture on later once they crisp up, because that glaze is going to get hard. You know how the crispy, can you freeze them? I don't see why not. Melt chocolate, oh my goodness. You guys are good. I don't see why not. I mean, you could try it. I would say yes to that, you know, and then have them for breakfasts. They won't last long. You guys know when you cook with stuff like this, the shelf life is not long. So you need to either freeze it, like Donna said, or definitely eat it within a few days. That is the one trick that I've learned. Because it's not processed stuff, it doesn't last. Yes, super easy. There she is, the girl that made them. How'd I do? Did I do it just like you? My one came out, I made them too thick. Melt chocolate and sprinkle with oh my goodness, that's a great idea, Michelle. I love coconut. I have some coconut back there, unsweetened. That would have been a good idea, but now it's a little bit too late because I already got these in the glaze. But the ones that are coming out, good idea. All right, so I'm gonna just set that off to the side and wait for those other donuts to get done. And that's it. Hi, Bonnie, you made it live. Awesome. All right, you guys, I need to see states that you live in, if you're keto, low carb, and then share it out. That's it. And if you guys want to me to make something special, I always say this every time. If you want to see something special, let me know. One of my friends asked me to do donuts, so I did it. So anytime, some things are, you know, not liveable, if you will, like lasagna. That's never gonna happen. I might make it and show you pictures, but I'm never gonna do it live. So thank you for sharing, Bonnie. I appreciate it. South Carolina. Okay. Well, who's from Nashville? Because when I come to Nashville, we're getting together and we're gonna do a Keto 101. Okay? All right, you guys, I love and appreciate you. Thank you for taking your time on a Saturday night, and I will probably see you tomorrow. Bye.